Hello, this is the 4-minute morning for today, Tuesday, 8th day of May, 2018. Let's get this started off within the dollar index as a price action after having amazing support amongst a Fibonacci downside Fibonacci level. Had a big rally up to this peak level where it found support rather than resistance and is now breaking out above this level. Within the weekly time frame, you can maybe add Fibonacci from this high to this low. I'm really not going to do it, but there's a decent amount of gap space that it has and a long ways to go before this time frame, because this has really got to make a break well above 100. So it still has a decent 7 points, basically. If we span out to the monthly chart, well, I don't have all the data. Well, not here. I do have data. Me? Yeah. I got it back going to 1973. The highest price or the highest number on the index, 164.72. The lowest is 70.7 back in 1980, which meant it was 34 basis points higher from this fall. Calculating some key Fibonacci numbers amongst these two. The 61.8%, 119.24. which represented this top, relatively close to perfect. The number below that in at 97.66. So that's going to be where I'm going to look at a possible upside target for the break of this resistance. And maybe it does, probably does coincide with some Fibonacci within this high. But since it's getting past the 93.07, I'm going to be looking for a move up to that point. Let's break away from the US dollar, but not really the Canadian dollar against the US. And right now it is about 30% on the other way, or 0.7715, but I just want to mainly focus on what's been going on recently. I'll use the 12-day time frame, and I'm just going to push the print screen button so I can paste this into MS Paint. And here's an empty Paint document, but I'm just going to paste my screen in there. So what's been going on in here? Well, as I see it, the fall from resistance up to key level, back, breaking above this major level. This is huge, making this move, correcting successfully, but lowering high. And now within where it corrected successful is showing a lot of weakness. So whenever I say stuff like, whenever the 18 average of lows show weakness, well, this is one of the ways it does. But for now, when you see how it leaves the 18 like this congestion support area of about 77.5 is now an area for resistance up to about 77.7. And I'm now looking for support to come down to the previous March lows. Silver in the US dollar remains choppy, currently in at 16.48. In Canada, just as choppy, but a little different of setups here and there, 21.35 in the Canadian fiat currency. Gold up to 1,700 Canadian dollars as it's now again resisting a declining 18 average. And it's also $1,311, which is falling down from the 18 average of lows and a major key support level. If it breaks down, of course, if I see it around 1306, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe even the 1284 number gets tested. Bitcoin, and this is crypto day, so I'm obviously going to cover such, in at 91.15 at the 18 average of lows. And I don't get the Canadian chart on this, but it wouldn't be much different with its higher volatility. And if the price action breaks below, I'll be looking towards the area of about 8,000, which should coincide with the 18 average of lows on the 3-day time frame. For when you have a situation, when you have a large move like this, it's still bullish to correct with a retracement, even up to 61.8%. So therefore, I don't know if it's going to be support, but 3 red down days in a row, as Litecoin has as well. And it's down right now to 159.25. Possible altcoin to keep your eye on, of course, everything within your own risk and reward. That is Digital Note XDN, which after making this resistance point on April the 21st, coming back to the band, broke above the area and is supporting the 18 average of highs very nicely. I think getting above the 218-ish, 216 area, that it's got another decent leg higher. And I'll finish it off with Manero against Bitcoin, which is having a major support test amongst a key level, and that key level is not Fibonacci, although you could probably find it amongst such. Rather, it is a major key level of resistance, and it's been testing it for quite some time. Obviously, if this area falls, this little gap area, or possibly even moves breaking below the 0.019, could easily happen. Thank you for tuning in, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.